Let me get the punchline out the way first. Stephen Curry will return to the NBA as the MVP next season. I promise you that one. Just look at the horrific season the Warriors had without him. That alone, if that doesn't speak value to you, come on. Come on. Since I've never been a Curry hater. I've never been the person to go on Twitter and spew hate about Curry just because it's trendy on Twitter. I've always known and appreciated the revolutionary figure that he is since they broke out with that team that finally made it to the finals. You know, the one they drafted. Remember that. They drafted every single player on their team except for Kevin Durant. Every major player. Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes. They brought in a bunch of role players, and then you add Kevin Durant. Let's remember that this team didn't just become a super team out of nowhere, that they earned that. I get the hate. I get the hate that you want competition in the league, that it's not fair for them to have all these good players. If you work well as a franchise, you get what you deserve. If you play your cards right and you run an operation like it's supposed to, you're going to reap the rewards. Maybe we should look at other teams and consider them not being good enough to build those type of teams and be as successful as the Warriors have been. Class personified, one of the top organizations in the league. And I really, really like the fact that I'm starting to see people miss Stephen Curry. People haven't missed Stephen Curry because he's constantly been there despite some nicks and knacks here and there injuries. But he's never missed this much time, and people have never appreciated his game this much before. The reason why he's so special. Let's remember, this is the greatest shooter we've ever seen, who was with the greatest scorer we've ever seen, and one of the greatest two guards we've ever seen, who also happens to be one of the best shooters we've ever seen as his teammate. The reason why Stephen Curry is special is, I'm going to create a little comparison here between what happened with Wade LeBron and what happened with Curry and KD. Wade had to take a step back. He said, this is your team now. Take this, run with it, take us to the promised land. Curry did the same thing for Kevin Durant, except Curry's role was not affected because of his lethality, if that is even a word, because of his absolute, I can't even think of the right word. He's so good. He's so good. Once he crosses that half-court line, he's so exciting to watch. That team was just so beautiful to watch. Fast, exciting, well-oiled, organized basketball. And we all were worried about how Steve Kerr would look as a coach without all these good players. I'll tell you what, man. You can't blame him. Besides the superstars, he also lost role players to injury and to trades and whatever else. So Steve Kerr,
and he is safe.
And I don't even know what else to say. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of things, right? So we said D Wade had to take a step back to LeBron. D Wade was a ball dominant guy, and he wasn't used to playing off the ball for most of his career, as you all know. Curry, on the other hand, because he's a shooter, he has the ability to use off-ball screens. He has the ability to go to the spots he needs to get to and wait for the ball. He has the ability to be a decoy. A lot of people don't appreciate that role for a lot of players. But when he is the number one option, when he does have the ball in his hand all the time, he's great on the pick and roll. He's great with dribble drive penetration. He's great with handoffs and two-man back and forth to get him his open shot. But because he also has Klay Thompson next to him who can play that other role, is the shooter, the spot-up guy, the guy who gets to his spots, the guy who waits for the ball, the guy who, although has other abilities, is willing to play his role to perfection. People will appreciate Curry so much more when they see him without Kevin Durant, and he will, let's look at the Western Conference as well, right? You got the Lakers, the Clippers, the Blazers are no joke. The Mavs will be on the rise, but then my point is, the Warriors will return to being one of the top teams in the Western Conference. It's 100%. It's 100%. Curry is too lethal. He's too good. The system is too well oiled in Golden State for it not to happen. I feel like they will have to phase Draymond Green out a little bit, and You're gonna have to come back with something a little more new, a little more fresh. You have the young center, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's gonna be a refresher. Curry's gonna be ready to go. He's going to put up his insane numbers, and I think he knows. I think he understands that people are going to be expecting something from him. They're going to be expecting one of the greatest comeback seasons because, again, you're gonna now you're going to be asked to do what KD can't do for you. You're gonna have to continue that because you missed out to LeBron. Then KD came around. Now we have to see. Now we have to see. This is the real test, and I think he'll live up to it. This is one of the most important figures in basketball history. Let's not forget that. This is this is someone who's changed the game overnight. All of a sudden, he comes in, revolutionizes the game, and goes right back into being a LeBron shadow again for some reason. The reason is LeBron's the greatest player of all time. There's a reason. It's not no reason. Sorry. Anyways, Giannis Antetokounmpo, congratulations. James Harden, amazing. LeBron James, always deserving. But it's about time. This is the time for people to appreciate Curry when he comes back next season. This is going to be the time for you to see this guy is really the face of the league. He turned this league into what it is. All this spacing, all this threes, all this three-point shooters asking for the money they're asking for, it's because of him.